Hello, my name is Ann Hoff-Fanaian,
I'm Daryoush. I'm the broker of Roadshomerealty.
and I'm an agent at Roadshomerealty. We wanted to start this podcast and YouTube video so we can give some orientation to people who are looking to buy their new home. And let's start from the beginning. You want to buy a home, you have this feeling that you want to have your own property, you want to live in it, but you don't know how to do that. What's your first step? You have the feeling, you have a job, etc. So we want to clarify a lot of those things. So if a person wants to buy a home, what is their first step? How do they know if they can afford it?
That's a good question. Yeah, a lot of people, they have the dream to buy a house, but before starting to do anything, you need to know how much you can qualify for. Because there are a lot of houses you like, a lot of houses, beautiful houses out there, but you need to know. In order to find out, you need to find a mortgage broker, or you can go to the bank. But mortgage broker have more facilities, more programs to offer you. And they would check your credit score, and they would ask you some question. You need to give them all the information honestly, so they can get you better information. And they can tell you, okay, you can qualify for this amount of money because you can pay this amount, based on your credit score. Now I ask you one question. They would ask me, okay, sometimes I qualify, but how about my income? For example, according to your credit score, you qualify to buy a $300,000 home, but can I pay monthly payment?
Well, the monthly payment is going to include many things depending on the property that you choose. Some properties only pay taxes every year. Other properties pay what we call HOAs, or Home Owners Association fees. That would include houses that are in gated communities or condos or townhomes. So all those things you have to put into consideration that will be coming out of your monthly payment. Now, your mortgage broker can help you narrow down and divide all that and figure out how much your monthly payment would be. So when you do talk to your mortgage broker, tell them, okay, I can pay so much every month, so that he can include all of these fees that may come up. Once you have an idea of how much you can afford, be it your monthly payments, he will tell you, okay, you can afford a house of X amount. In the area of Central Florida, where Rhodes Home Realty is, our average price per home is $250,000. And that we're talking about single family residences, homes that have a yard that don't have an HOA. They only pay taxes. Now, you could probably prefer to live in a condo or a townhome. Those prices vary between $150,000 to $250,000 average. So it all depends on what type of home you want. So how do they look for and decide where do I want to live?
That's a good question. So one thing is important to have clear in your mind what you want before approaching to a realtor. Because if you have clarity what you need, what you want, that's why it's good to go online and search by yourself different neighborhood, and go out with your family, check different neighborhoods, what neighborhood you are attracted to. So then you can find a realtor by recommendation of friends, or however you want to find, and tell them, I already asked mortgage broker, I can qualify for this amount of money, and the area that I like is this and this and this. The house that I like is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, big kitchen. But for me, kitchen is more important, because based on what information to give to the realtor, you can get, he can get you better options, and also the process would be faster when you don't know what you're looking for.
Much faster. For example, when I was looking for a home, I didn't want a pool. Some people want a pool. There's a big difference in searching for a home with a pool or without a pool. How many bedrooms do you need? Your family may be of 2 people, you'd be okay with 2 bedrooms. But if you have children or other things, you need a home office, etc., you may want 3 bedrooms. It could be 4 bedrooms. So all these things come into account when you're searching. And your realtor has an access of thousands of houses that are for sale, and they would be in different neighborhoods in different counties. Central Florida has 4 counties to choose from, for example. So all these things are important when you want to buy a home and when you talk to your realtor. So let's say you have a realtor and you want to go out and look at homes.
That's right. So the first step would be to sit down with your realtor and look, virtual looking online, the neighborhood, different prices, at least to see the pictures. And you can tell them, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. And then he can set aside like few houses to see, because it's not good to see a lot of houses in one day, because then you forget.
What would be the best amount of homes to see in one day?
But based on my
20?
experience, no, it's impossible.
Much?
Yeah. It's like tasting food. If you go to mall, checking the perfumes.
Yes.
After a few perfumes, you lose your
sense,
your sense, and you don't know what is good, what is bad.
Right.
So I would say 5-6 homes
at the most.
At the most.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously those are based on the information and clarity of mind you want. So it's good when you go out, take your notebook and write down specific features of each house. Because trust me, when you leave the house, after looking 2-3 houses, you forget about first home.
It's blurry.
So you take the note, okay, first home, this is the address. Mm-hmm. I like the kitchen. The kitchen has a blue light or whatever, something specific that you can remember later on. And then after, and you can prioritize. Usually I tell to my customer, okay, from 0 to 10, what number you give for this house? They say 10, they say 9, they say 8. So after we have, look 5, 6, 7 houses, we go back and check the ones that has the highest score, so we can evaluate from them. Okay.
And just so you know, you may visit and go out for these house hunting trips, maybe 2, 3, 4 times in a week, or like it'll take you a couple weeks if you can only do it on weekends. But this is a good process, because then you will find a feel for the neighborhood, a feel for the different properties, a feel for the value of this house, mm-hmm. and this is a good process. So we want to keep this short, mm-hmm. and we're going to review now. So what is your first step? Talk to a mortgage broker, find out how much you can afford, what price of a house you would be able to comfortably be able to pay monthly installments. Now, if you have cash, wonderful. That's mm-hmm. the best type of a home buyer. But not most of the people in the United States have to get a loan from a bank or through a mortgage broker. Mortgage brokers have, as we say, more options, because the bank specifically only has 2 or 3 mm-hmm. options for home buyers. But some people feel comfortable with their bank, which that's great too. Once you have the affordability, then
talk to the realtor. So let's see, you have talked, you have seen many houses, and there is one that all your family, your wife, your kids, we love it, let's make an offer. So what should I do?
Oh, that's our next topic. So
right.
Stay tuned and wait for when we post it. And if you're looking at this and there are many others, that's our next chapter.